Did you know that nearly 70% of older adults say they would rather grow old in their own home than move into a nursing facility? But what happens when it feels like you don't have a choice? Nursing homes can be costly, isolating, and not always the best path to a fulfilling life. The good news is you do have options. Today, we'll uncover 6 alternatives that are not only more budget-friendly but can actually bring more happiness and purpose to your later years. Whether you hope to stay in your current home, live with loved ones, or join a supportive community, there's a solution that fits your lifestyle. Stick around, because the final option might surprise you. And if you find this video helpful, be sure to like and subscribe for more real-world tips on aging with confidence. Meet Dorothy, a 72-year-old retired schoolteacher who spent decades caring for others. But when an unexpected health scare left her feeling vulnerable, she suddenly found herself in need of care. Her doctors recommended a nursing facility, and her family grew concerned about her living alone. The financial cost? Enormous. The idea of losing her independence? Terrifying. Dorothy wasn't ready to surrender her freedom. She didn't want to become a burden either. At first, it seemed like a nursing home was her only option, but after doing some research and finding the right guidance, she discovered other choices that allowed her to stay independent, feel connected, and live more joyfully without emptying her savings. And the best part? You can do the same. By the end of this video, you'll see how Dorothy avoided the nursing home and found an option that truly worked for her, and you might find one that works for you too. Don't miss the last suggestion. It's often overlooked but could be exactly what you're looking for. If given the choice, would you rather remain in your own home as long as it was safe and manageable? For most older adults, the answer is a clear yes. In fact, research shows that nearly 90% of seniors would prefer to age in place. Yet many worry about mobility challenges, home safety, or keeping up with daily responsibilities as they grow older. Thankfully, with a few smart updates, aging at home can be both safe and affordable. No nursing facility required. Dorothy, our retired teacher, understood this concern all too well. After her health scare, she was afraid of falling, overwhelmed by housework, and uncertain about what would happen in an emergency. But instead of moving to a high-cost senior residence, she made simple but impactful adjustments to her living space. Small changes made a big difference. First, Dorothy had grab bars installed in the bathroom and hallway since falls are one of the biggest risks for older adults, and these bars added extra support where it mattered most. Then she replaced her floors with non-slip materials to prevent slips. For stairs, many seniors opt for stair lifts or ramps, which allow for safe movement between levels. Dorothy didn't need one yet, but she knew she'd have the option if her mobility declined in the future. Lighting can truly transform a home. Installing motion sensor lights in key areas like hallways, bedrooms, and bathrooms removes the need to search for switches in the dark, greatly reducing the chance of nighttime falls. Newer smart home technologies, including voice-controlled lighting, thermostats, and even door locks, can make everyday tasks far more manageable, especially for older adults with mobility challenges. One of Dorothy's main worries was what would happen if she had an emergency while alone. To give herself peace of mind, she got a medical alert device she could wear, which connected her instantly to help at the push of a button. These systems often link directly to emergency responders or family members, ensuring fast support when it's needed most. For added protection, many seniors are also turning to smart doorbells and security cameras, which let them screen visitors without needing to answer the door, helping prevent fraud and uninvited guests. A common misconception is that once you start needing assistance, your only option is to move into a care facility. But in truth, hiring part-time in-home help can be both cost-effective and highly flexible. Dorothy, for example, arranged for a local caregiver to stop by twice a week. This small commitment gave her the help she needed with light chores, meal prep, and shopping while still allowing her to live independently. And depending on where you live, programs through Medicaid or local nonprofits may cover part or even all of the cost. These small adjustments allowed Dorothy to remain in the home she cherished, surrounded by decades of memories, without the high price tag of a nursing home. And she's not alone. Millions of older adults are successfully staying in their homes longer thanks to tech upgrades and a bit of part-time help. Still, what if you find daily tasks increasingly difficult or simply don't want to live alone? That brings us to another exciting option that's gaining popularity, one with built-in social support that might just surprise you. Would you choose to age in place if it were safer and more affordable? Let us know in the comments. Have you ever considered co-housing? Would you be open to trying it? Dorothy, our retired teacher, had always enjoyed her independence and didn't see herself sharing her home with others. But after her health scare, the solitude began to weigh on her. Her children lived in other states, and even though staying at home was still possible, she began to wonder what would happen if she needed more support down the road. That's when she learned about senior co-housing, a unique way of living that offered her both independence and community. Co-housing for seniors is a growing movement where older adults live in their own private spaces, such as small homes or apartments, but within a shared neighborhood-style setting. Unlike traditional senior homes, these communities are designed for vibrant, independent individuals who crave connection without the limitations or high prices of assisted living. Dorothy moved into a charming one-bedroom unit with a tiny garden she adored. But the true value came from the shared amenities like a group dining area, a small gym, and a cozy lounge where neighbors gathered regularly. Every week, the residents came together to prepare meals, host social gatherings, and lend each other a helping hand. If Dorothy needed a ride to the doctor, a neighbor would happily volunteer. If someone else needed groceries, another resident would step in. That shared sense of community completely changed Dorothy's life. She no longer felt alone and could enjoy meaningful activities on her own terms while keeping her privacy. One of the most appealing benefits of co-housing is its affordability. Traditional nursing homes and assisted living centers often charge several $1,000s monthly. In comparison, co-housing allows residents to split costs like utilities, home maintenance, and even food, making it a far more budget-friendly solution. Some communities even operate as cooperatives, where seniors either own or rent their individual units and help manage the property together. This model offers more control and keeps expenses significantly lower than typical senior living facilities. Dorothy's monthly costs in her co-housing setup were nearly half of what she would have paid in a nursing home. She covered her personal living space and contributed to shared services, but avoided surprise medical fees or strict schedules. One of the most common fears of aging alone is loneliness, which studies link to serious health concerns like cardiovascular issues and depression. Co-housing directly addresses this by fostering natural social support. Each morning, Dorothy could choose to join her neighbors for coffee or spend peaceful time alone. She had the freedom to engage as much or as little as she wanted, unlike the rigid routines of institutional care. Within her community, residents organized regular movie nights and book clubs, group yoga sessions and walking meetups, game nights, and seasonal celebrations. These interactions made Dorothy feel more energized, emotionally connected, and physically active, all while preserving her independence. Is co-housing a good fit for you? If you're someone who values independence but enjoys social contact, wants a more affordable alternative to assisted living, and appreciates the idea of neighbors looking out for one another, then senior co-housing might be just what you're looking for. It's a way of living that offers autonomy, cost savings, and a ready-made circle of support without the limitations of traditional elder care. Would you ever consider being part of a senior co-housing community? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if you're searching for an option that keeps you close to family while still preserving your independence, don't go anywhere. Our next solution could be exactly what you've been looking for. For many older adults, moving in with family feels like the natural next step, but it's not always emotionally simple. You might worry about giving up your independence, interfering in your children's routines, or becoming a burden. These concerns are completely valid. Yet with the right planning, living with family can be one of the most rewarding and affordable options, both emotionally and financially. Dorothy's longtime friend Edward, a 74-year-old retired auto mechanic, faced a similar turning point. After losing his wife, he struggled with loneliness and the rising expenses of keeping up his home. His daughter Lisa offered him a place to stay, but Edward hesitated. He didn't want to disrupt her busy schedule or feel like he was getting in the way. Rather than dismissing the idea right away, Edward and his daughter Lisa came up with a plan that maintained his independence while allowing him to be close to family. The secret to successful multi-generational living? Honest conversations and clearly defined boundaries. They talked through expectations up front to make sure both sides felt comfortable with the arrangement. Here's how they made it work. First, they created a separate living space by transforming their garage into a private apartment for Edward. This gave him his own place with privacy, while still being close to the main house. Other families take similar approaches, like using finished basements, in-law suites, or even placing small modular homes on their property. Second, Edward contributed financially. Instead of feeling like a guest, he pitched in for groceries and utility bills, making the setup feel like a balanced partnership. And third, he stayed involved by helping out. He picked up his grandkids from school, shared life stories over dinner, and helped with light household tasks. These small acts gave him a sense of purpose and made him feel like a valued member of the home, not just someone being looked after. Beyond the emotional rewards, living with family can also be a smart financial move. Shared living reduces costs dramatically. Instead of paying thousands per month for assisted living, many seniors are saving money by living with loved ones and sharing caregiving responsibilities. In some cases, families may even qualify for tax breaks or public assistance programs when caring for an aging parent at home. Edward's decision didn't just provide peace of mind, it saved him a significant amount of money each year compared to senior housing. "I don't want to be a burden," he once said. The answer? Contribute meaningfully through financial support, emotional connection, or helping around the house. "I'm afraid I'll lose my independence." The solution? Create a dedicated living space that's private but still nearby. What if we have different routines? Set clear boundaries early on, establishing personal schedules, shared responsibilities, and respectful space. For Edward, moving in with Lisa wasn't just about saving costs. It gave him a renewed sense of purpose, a stronger bond with his family, and the freedom to maintain his lifestyle while being surrounded by loved ones. If you're thinking about this option, start the dialogue early. With the right planning, living with family can be one of the most meaningful transitions in later life. Would you consider moving in with family if the circumstances felt right? Let us know in the comments. But what if family isn't nearby or you simply prefer more independence? Don't worry, there's another option that might suit you perfectly. Stick around. Would you consider sharing your home with a companion if it meant preserving your freedom longer? Many older adults overlook this, but it can be a life-changing alternative to institutional care, providing not just assistance, but companionship and financial flexibility. After her health scare, Dorothy knew she wanted to remain self-sufficient, but she also recognized that some occasional help would go a long way. While traditional nursing homes can be both costly and isolating, Dorothy found two refreshing alternatives: adult foster care and home sharing. These options are ideal for seniors who need some assistance with daily living but don't require around-the-clock medical care. Adult foster care provides a warm, family-style atmosphere at a fraction of the cost. Instead of being placed in a large institutional facility, seniors live in licensed private homes with caregivers who offer support with everyday needs such as bathing, dressing, medication reminders, and mealsall in a friendly and familiar setting that fosters companionship. This kind of environment is not only more personal but significantly more affordable than a nursing home. Dorothy's neighbor, Betty, moved into an adult foster care home where she had her own private room, caring staff, and a small circle of fellow residents who quickly felt like extended family. Compared to larger facilities, it was less isolating, more emotionally fulfilling, and much easier on her wallet. And in many states, Medicaid programs help cover the costs, making it a practical choice for those on a limited income. Another creative solution Dorothy explored was home sharing. This program matches seniors who have extra space in their home with younger individuals looking for affordable housing. In return for a spare room, the younger housemate provides companionship or help with everyday tasks. Dorothy's friend Nancy, for instance, had been living alone in a big, quiet house since her husband passed away. She didn't want to relocate, but the silence was becoming overwhelming. Through a home-sharing organization, she was paired with Emma, a college student in need of low-cost housing. The arrangement worked beautifully. Nancy got help with errands like grocery shopping and light cleaning, while Emma enjoyed a safe, welcoming home at a price she could afford. Over time, they developed a strong friendship that enriched both their lives. Many local nonprofits and community groups now offer home-sharing services, carefully vetting potential matches to ensure safety and compatibility. It's a win-win solution that lowers housing costs, brings companionship, and offers practical help around the home. For seniors who crave connection but don't need full-time care, home sharing is a smart and uplifting way to continue living independently. So, is one of these options right for you? If you need occasional support but not 24/7 supervision, if you'd rather remain in a familiar home than move into an institution, and if companionship and shared expenses sound like a relief, not a risk, then adult foster care or home sharing might be exactly what you're looking for. Both choices emphasize independence, affordability, and connection, reminding us that aging doesn't have to mean giving up the comforts of home. Would you be open to sharing your home if it meant staying independent longer? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if you're looking for something with a little more structure and built-in social activities, don't go anywhere. Coming up next, a lifestyle option that blends privacy, support, and community in one place. Picture this: waking up in your own cozy home, stepping outside to friendly faces, and having access to fitness classes, hobby clubs, and zero home maintenance, all without the rules and rigidity of a nursing home. That's exactly what 55+ and independent living communities offer. Dorothy had always been outgoing and active, but after a sudden health scare, managing her home by herself became increasingly difficult. She didn't require round-the-clock medical attention, but the effort of maintaining a house combined with the solitude began to feel overwhelming. That's when she discovered something she hadn't considered before: a 55+ community, and it completely transformed her life. Unlike traditional care homes or assisted living centers, These communities are designed specifically for independent seniors who want an engaging, low-maintenance lifestyle. Dorothy moved into a welcoming apartment in a 55-plus neighborhood where residents could choose from private condos, cozy units, or small standalone homes. The community offered a wide range of activities, everything from book discussions and game nights to group excursions. On-site perks included walking paths, a fitness room, and even a swimming pool. Best of all, she never had to worry about mowing the lawn or fixing a leaky faucet again. She kept full control of her schedule, enjoying her independence without the burden of home upkeep. Many of these communities also provide access to emergency services, giving seniors peace of mind. If anything were to go wrong, help was nearby but never intrusive. Dorothy found comfort in knowing that assistance was available if she needed it. Plus, the community offered transportation, which made trips to the grocery store, doctor's office, or local events much more convenient. No need to depend on family or public transit. What made the biggest difference for Dorothy, though, was the social environment. She no longer felt isolated. She had a vibrant circle of neighbors who shared her interests. Whether it was joining a gentle yoga class, attending a neighborhood cookout, or hopping on the shuttle for a museum visit, there was always something to look forward to. Could a 55-plus community be the right fit for you? Ask yourself, do you want to remain independent without feeling alone? Would you enjoy built-in activities and amenities close by? Does maintenance-free living appeal to you? Would you feel safer knowing emergency support is available if needed? If you answered yes, this type of community could be the perfect middle ground, offering freedom, comfort, and connection without the restrictions of a nursing home. At one point, Dorothy assumed she'd have no choice but to move into an assisted living facility. But instead, she found a lifestyle that let her live on her own terms, stay active, and form new friendships, all while feeling safe and supported. Would you consider making a move like that if it meant more independence and less stress? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if you're searching for the best of both worlds, a way to stay in your own home while still getting a little help when you need tour, next option might be exactly what you've been hoping for. Imagine having support, connection, and peace of mind without ever leaving the place you love. That's what modern at-home care, supported by technology and local services, can provide. Dorothy looked at all her options carefully. In the end, she chose a personalized mix that gave her the freedom she valued: part-time home care, telehealth for medical checkups, and community programs that helped with errands and chores. Many older adults believe that once they begin to need help with daily routines, their only choice is a facility. The truth is, there are many budget-friendly ways to receive care at home without giving up your independence. Hiring a home health aide for just a few hours a day can provide the support you need with things like meal preparation, tidying up, and personal care. Many older adults qualify for community programs or Medicaid waivers that help offset these costs. Thanks to telehealth, seniors can also consult with doctors virtually and monitor their health remotely, saving time, reducing expenses, and avoiding unnecessary trips to clinics or hospitals. Meal delivery services like Meals on Wheels make sure nutritious food is delivered right to your door, easing the pressure of cooking and supporting healthy living. Many stores now offer home delivery for groceries and prescriptions, meaning seniors can get what they need without leaving home. Dorothy took full advantage of these conveniences, combining occasional in-home help with smart technology that made her feel safe and empowered. Thanks to today's innovations, staying independent at home is more achievable than ever. Dorothy also made a few smart upgrades around her house that made a big difference. A wearable medical alert system gave her instant access to help in case of a fall or emergency. Voice-activated smart home tools let her adjust the lights, control the temperature, and call family all without lifting a finger. And with easy-to-use video call apps, she stayed in touch with loved ones and avoided feeling isolated. What Dorothy loved most was that she didn't have to rely solely on family or move into a facility. Instead, she created a flexible support network tailored to her needs. Many people assume that home care is expensive, but it can actually be far more affordable than full-time residential care. For example, Medicaid's Home and Community-Based Services, HCBS, waivers help cover in-home care, transportation, and meal assistance for eligible seniors. Veterans may also qualify for special financial support to cover home-based care. And many cities and towns offer local programs that provide low-cost or even free service, such as caregiving help, transport options, and meal plans. By combining part-time caregiving and community-based resources, Dorothy was able to live comfortably in the home she loved without breaking the bank. Could at-home care work for you? If you'd like to stay where you are, appreciate a little help with daily activities, and are open to using technology and local programs to stay independent, this could be your best choice, just like it was for Dorothy. With the right mix of smart tools, occasional care, and local support, older adults can enjoy a safe, connected, and fulfilling life no nursing home required. Dorothy once thought she had no other option. The rising costs, the fear of being alone, and the thought of losing control over her life made the future feel uncertain. But once she explored what was available, she found a path that gave her stability, joy, and freedom on her own terms. By exploring all her options, aging in place, co-housing, moving in with family, adult foster care, 55-plus communities, and tech-supported at-home care, Dorothy designed a lifestyle that truly suited her. She didn't settle for the first or most familiar choice. She followed the path that matched her values, needs, and budget. Because growing older shouldn't mean fewer choices, it should mean smarter ones. Whether your priority is staying in your own home, becoming part of a vibrant community, or striking the perfect balance between independence and support, there are far better options today than a traditional nursing home. It all starts with awareness. Look into what programs are available in your area. Talk with people you trust. Make a plan that reflects what matters most to you, not just now, but in the years ahead. And most importantly, stay open. Sometimes the right answer is the one you didn't expect. You deserve to age with dignity, freedom, and peace of mind. And the encouraging news is there's always a way to make that possible. Which of these paths resonates most with you? Tell us in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, give it a like and share it with someone who might need to hear this today. And if you're looking for more thoughtful advice on aging well and living fully, be sure to check out our next video.